For tonight, skies clearing overnight. Low 47. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And on Saturday, plentiful sunshine. High 73. Winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. The week ahead.
It has been a wild hour here on the Weather Channel. The Vortex 2 team, the Great Tornado Hunt, had success today intercepting a tornado, a touchdown 4:05 Mountain Time in Goshen County, Wyoming. That little arrow is our severe weather expert, our world-renowned tornado expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, analyzing Mike Bettis's live pictures that we aired on the network straight through for an hour, as well as on the internet. And you can continue to follow him, weather.com/vortex2, if you do have to leave your television and head elsewhere. So what do you say we get back out live to Mike Bettis to talk more about his experience of this tornado intercept? It was long lasting. This was on the ground for about 25 minutes. According to Dr. Forbes, his analysis, it was about a quarter-mile wide. The supercell continues to make its way eastbound here. We do have multiple tornado watches. Let's head back out live to Mike Bettis. And Mike, what was your positioning with this system? Were you south of it and then it came through you? Describe the evolution and where you were located.
It was truly amazing, Stephanie. The storm was northwest of us, and we kept hearing on the scanners with the different teams, and especially heard Dr. Weiss say, we've got a right turner here. We're going to have to go farther south. And so we got ourselves on a north-south facing road and came farther south, and basically the tornado came right towards us. What was maybe lucky more than anything else is it lifted and dissipated before it got to us. We watched the complete life cycle of it. It was absolutely awesome. I think one of the pictures that I've got just burned into my memory right now is as it tilted more horizontal, you could actually look right down into it. Yeah. I mean, it was like, I describe it like a hollowed out eclair. I mean, you could just look right down into it. I've never in my life seen anything like it. And then once the tornado dissipated, you could still see spin in the cloud. And directly overhead, as the clouds were lowering towards us, once again, you could see this tight spiraling, but you could almost see right up into it like it was hollowed out. That, to me, was absolutely, truly amazing. But watching these funnels drop, Stephanie, multiple times, 3 different times we watched funnels drop before finally we had one large wedge tornado on the ground for about 25 minutes or so until eventually roped out. And I'll show you now kind of post-tornado. We look off to our east, and that's what's left of the storm itself, Steph.
Mike, we're showing that image you were talking about, looking up into the tornado. This was remarkable. If you want to describe a little bit more what it was like when that was going overhead.
It was truly right overhead, and it was so close, and it was lower, and it felt like you could just reach up and touch it. And when you looked up, it was like it was almost, to me, in a sense, like you were looking up into the eye of a hurricane where everything was clear. Now, we couldn't see up to the blue skies, but there was a hollowed out area, and I have never seen anything like that. The vantage point where we were, where it passed directly overhead, I mean, couldn't have been any more perfect. And to witness the tornado from a distance in an open field in an unpopulated area, Stephanie, I don't think that Vortex 2 could have planned this particular tornado anymore. I mean, they waited and waited for 4 weeks for this to happen. They've been shut out to this point, but now, I mean, really, they have hit the jackpot with this tornado.
Mike, how did you choose this area and this particular cell? Did you choose that cell, or you just happened to be lucky to be in the area?
Well, what happened is we decided that today we were going to follow along with the sticknet teams from Texas Tech. And as soon as they decided they wanted to go, they were watching the storms in Cheyenne. We were actually north of Cheyenne. We were over in Nebraska, believe it or not, watching them on radar. They said, okay, we've got to go. We've got to go north, and maybe at some point we've got to go west as well. So we went north a good distance. We traveled a good maybe 30 or 40 miles, stopped, watched the radar some more, and then west we went. Watch this thing then split. The large storm cell split almost into 3 and then 2, and the southern branch of that then became a right turner. listening to Dr. Weiss on the scanner saying, we've got a right turner, we're going to have to deploy, we've got to go south. Followed another sticknet team as they were going south, and we actually, believe it or not, we got a little bit unlucky because they turned around and went back. We stopped and said, okay, you know what, we're kind of at an elevated position here. We can see a visual on the lowering wall cloud itself. Let's stop here and broadcast. And we just sat there and watched it, Stephanie, and then again multiple times funnels tried to drop, didn't have much success, and then eventually we got the large wedge, and the next thing you go, a perfect sampling, a perfect visual on a right turner in southeast Wyoming.
All right, Mike, we have a lot of viewer questions coming up. We'll answer those. We have to take a quick break, and we'll get back right to you, Adam.
Boy, it was an alarming day of news surrounding the Air France mystery. We have plenty of top stories to get to tonight. The Air France story, yeah, one step over a piece of equipment is the center of the controversy right now. And it's the first week of hurricane season, everybody. Something happened last night across the southeast that we're going to revisit. In fact, a couple days ago, that something was actually in the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to talk all about this coming up. This is what it looks like on radar right now. Where is this? This is Norfolk. This is Virginia, folks. Strong thunderstorms pushing right through the coastline. Some of these will be found across the southeast as well. We find that wet weather right into the northeast. Some travel delays there, but we do expect better weather as we push into the weekend. Lots coming up. We get you back to the tornado hunt as well.
I couldn't survive without advice from my go-to people. For the health of my mouth, I trust my dentist, who recommends Colgate Total.
Colgate Total actively fights germs for 12 hours.
That makes it an easy choice.
Colgate Total, #1 recommended most by dentists and hygienists.
Want a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price? Go to Hotwire.com. When 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them. So you get the lowest prices on 4-star hotels, guaranteed.
HOTWIRE.
Cody Chevrolet's 29 minutes or less lube service makes it easy to fit an oil change into your busy day. All it takes is a half hour with no appointment necessary. And with free coffee, free Wi-Fi, and a place to work, you can even get some work done while you're waiting. We'll have you in and out in 29 minutes or less. Guaranteed, so you can get right back to it. Cody Chevrolet Cadillac and good wrench service on the Barry Montpelier Road.
Nothing beats the beauty and durability of stone. At Barry Tile, we create beautiful custom-cut countertops and tabletops. Come and choose your unique stone from among the finest in the world. We'll cut it and finish it to your specifications and then install it for you. Doesn't your home deserve the best? Call for an appointment to choose your stone. Barry Tile, custom stonework for the discriminating buyer on Route 14 in Barry.
Pet Pharmacy. Weekends on the Weather Channel. It's 2 nights of storm stories.
It was the most ungodly thing I'd ever seen in my life.
2 episodes, too intense to miss.
The tornado is right over us right now.
Saturday night at 8.
It happened so fast.
And Sunday night at 8.
Some of us in the crew couldn't swim. This could be it.
It's the worst of nature, the best of man.
I promised her we will be back.
Storm Stories, Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Hurricane season 2009, and the Weather Channel is the hurricane authority. Now, your local on the 8s.
Our local Doppler radar. For tonight, skies clearing overnight, low 47, winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And on Saturday, plentiful sunshine, high 73, winds southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour.